Kevin Sampson. Right now, I have Kim and my Spurlock, the co-creators of Livin The Dream, on the line. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
All right, so your series is going to be playing at the DC Web Fest on March 4th. Could you just give us a quick description of the web series?
Sure. Yeah, it's Livin the Dream is an 8-episode comedic serial that follows the story of a female film director who's just finished NYU grad film school and is struggling to get her first feature made in the indie film world of New York City.
I think a dramedy. A dramedy.
Yeah, it's a dramedy.
Right. How did you all come up with the idea? Because as a filmmaker myself, like, this is like, to me, I'm like, why hasn't anybody done this before? You know?
Because maybe they're not as open to parody as my sister is. I had come up with the idea of let's doing a web series. This is my talking co-creator and writer. And Kim had said, let's send it in the indie film world. And within 5 weeks, I had a first draft parodying her and all of our adventures.
She was parodying me and my friends. We had all just recently finished NYU grad film and were becoming increasingly frustrated, not able to get our first features off the ground. And you know, and I pitched it to her as an idea. Let's do something about 3 struggling film grads trying to get their features made. 3 women, and she turned around and wrote it out like in a week, a bunch of episodes based on me and my friends and making fun of us.
Well, when Kim was at NYU, I was living in Philly and crewing around for her a lot, so I got a really good view of that world up and close. I thought it was hilarious.
Bunch of whiny filmmakers.
Can you all talk a little bit about developing character in a web series, because you have to do it very quickly? And I know I read in an article that it's actually some of the characters are a mixture of you. So could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, I conceived the original characters, and Kit Scanlon is sort of a stand-in for Kim Spurlock, I would like to say. And then the Jonah character, who is an Asian American, is basically me with a penis, and not. Well, I don't have a crush on my sister, but other than that, we're very similar. And the other 2 are just sort of amalgamations of friends in our lives.
From film school,
from Kim's friends,
yeah.
But not any one person, as well as high school and friends we grew up with.
Yeah.
So don't get any ideas, anybody.
Right. One of the things that I noticed is the production quality is super. What all went into creating such a great production, you know? Because I think sometimes it's easy for people to say, oh, this is just a web series. But instead, you know, it looks like something you could watch on Netflix.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, that was definitely one of our chief questions and concerns. Like, we definitely wrote the series to be able to maximize production value, in that we were able to shoot a lot of it in my apartment and my friend's apartment. Like, we built the office set in my living room for $100, you know, and just made sure that we planned. It's a lot of planning. You know, you don't have a lot of money, so you got to put a lot of time into pre-production planning. So we had the shots planned out. I pulled in favors from some of my friends from NYU. The cinematographer is a pretty well-known guy. He shot A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, and he's just really experienced, and he brought all that to bear as a favor. So no matter that we were shooting on this tiny little Sony A7S, which is like a $1,900, you know, mirrorless DSLR, he still was able to wrangle the look to make it look great, you know?
Yeah.
And that's basically what we did. We were just really smart with what we put into the frame and made it so that we could control things without spending a lot of money.
And when the writer is a really cheap producer, you make sure before you even conceive the scene that it's something you can shoot really cheaply.
Yeah, most definitely. So one of the things, what are your short-term and long-term goals for the web series?
I'll speak for my short-term goal, which is to write Kith out of the corner I've written her into, and I've been role-playing with my daughter's Mulan doll and Belle doll to sort of figure out dialogue. So, and long-term goals?
I think long-term goals, we are just now starting to do a little bit of pitching here and there as a longer-form series, as well as to see if anybody wants to jump on board and get involved with us for season 2.
Awesome. Web series, I think, are, as you know, it's something kind of hard for the film festival circuit to pin down. So what does a festival like DC Web Fest mean to you guys?
Well, first and foremost for me, it's just a great networking opportunity. Like something I've discovered that's different than regular film festivals is the kind of communal atmosphere of all the filmmakers. Like everyone is so supportive. And if the festival is good, which I think DC Web Fest is going to be great, and I'm excited, they seem to be really intent on providing us a forum and a sort of set us up for meeting one another and maybe even some cross-pollination. Like I'm thinking it would be really fun to like get maybe Q's One Night Stand or one of the other really great web series and see if we want to like cross-pollinate our characters, for more collaboration. So I think the biggest thing really is the spirit of collaboration.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. They're just warm and inviting environments. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's such an amazing idea because like shows like Arrow and Flash are doing that all the time now, where you can actually see these characters jump over onto the other show. And one of the things about having a web series and something online is the fact that you can see it and you share kind of the fan base. So I think that's a brilliant idea. All right, how can people actually watch the series?
Well, they can watch it on our URL, which is www.livinthedream.tv. And that's no G, LIVINTHEDREAM, livinthedream.tv. You can check out our episodes there. We've been putting up some fun transmedia stuff too, starting to do that. So you can find a lot of good stuff on the website.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah.
And you can even email us personally and we'll answer right away.
You sure can.
We're very prompt and polite.
We are. We love getting emails.
We do.
Awesome. Fans, Twitter, social media, everything. All right, Kim and Maya Spurlock, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Are we going to see you there?
Yeah, you'll see me there. I'll see you there.
Okay, great. Thanks.